Okay, so along with that, and the fact that we have an agency that tries to regulate food, so to speak, we also have the creation of like the food pyramid. Okay,
Right.
you're familiar with it, which I don't think it's called the food pyramid anymore, but
we were looking this up. It's changed, but that came around the same time as this report, and the government was looking into things.
yeah,
Where did it come out? I thought we looked into it. It originally was like Swedish or something.
yeah, I think it
In the
was.
early 70s from Sweden.
Right. And so I think originally, it had like, things at the very top of the pyramid that you should not eat very often. And then it was like, as it went down the pyramid, were things that you should have or the most of. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm looking at a diagram here, and at the very top is fats, oils, and sweets, and it says use sparingly.
Yeah.
The issue I have with that right there is that the sweets part, it feels like everything that's underneath this that we can go through,
Yeah.
if it's been processed at all, it's probably been sweetened.
Yeah. Right.
But then, below that, there's two levels, or there's two things on this next level, which is milk, yogurt, and cheese, which it says you should only have 2 or 3 servings of. Is this per day?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm not sure, but it says 2 or 3 servings. A little confused on that. And then at the same level, it says meat, poultry, fish, dried beans, eggs, and nuts. That's weird. Meat, poultry, and fish.
Yeah.
I would count poultry and fish as meat. That's
Well, yeah, I think that one's telling you either or. Like you don't have to have all that. But yeah, this is a per day, and then something in these categories per day.
Yep. And then below that is even a bigger category you should have more of. One side is vegetables, and the other side is fruit. And then the very bottom is bread, cereal, rice, pasta. Which is kind of hilarious that that's the one that you're supposed to have the most of.
Right.
And all of these diets say that's the one you're supposed to cut out.
Exactly. Yeah. And then so once again, and I know that there's like an updated version of this, so I don't know if it
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for the food pyramid.
Yeah.
And it says that I think it was in 2005 it got renamed to My Pyramid, and then in 2011 it got changed to My Plate.
Oh, right.
So I guess it's called My Plate now since 2011 instead of Food Pyramid. I don't know. I don't have. You've got little kids. Are they being taught My Plate? And not
I believe
Pyramid?
so. Yeah.
Because I remember in school we had like diagrams up.
Yeah, I remember we had the triangle, like the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they probably have the same thing. It's just so strange that like that the protein is a smaller, like because if you look at it, especially on the My Plate, I feel like protein should be the largest because protein's supposed to be the most beneficial to keep you the fullest type of thing, but like vegetables or something else is the
I'm not sure with that. It might lead to other issues that come along with that. But I'll tell you, I definitely know I'm not eating correctly. I weigh the most I've ever weighed in my life. And I know exactly what I'm doing to do this. This is personally, this is my fault.
Yeah.
And I know what I could do to fix it. I just don't want to.
Right. Yeah.
But on My Plate, I would say the largest portion is generally meat. Like I'll have a steak and then I'll have like some potatoes beside of it, or vegetables or rice or something.
Right.
But I won't. It's normally not more rice than meat or more vegetables than meat.
Yeah, and I don't know, when you look at like different people's situations, especially with like just how different people are, it feels like protein should be the one that's that you should have the most of, because that's going to be the most, whether it's a meat product or like a vegetarian option or some type of protein, because it's been known that that's going to keep you the fullest.
Well, one of the things that they talked about was, and and I'm saying this documentary, but I've seen others, is that all of the stuff like the fiber and everything else you get from the other categories help actually process, the proteins and stuff that you eat so that you can use that stuff.
Yeah.
Or your body can use those things. So when we don't have those other things, it's very hard for your body to use that stuff. So maybe the deal is we don't actually need as much protein. We just need to eat more of these other things. Therefore, your body's using it efficiently.
Okay.
And then maybe we wouldn't store it as much because, storing all of this food, I'm trying to be a little careful here. The issue with it is that there are side effects to being overweight or obese, like the rising, what's the term I'm looking for?
Crisis or?
No. What happens when you don't process sugar correctly and you need to have insulin? Diabetes. Yes. Diabetes goes up with obesity. And, I think one of the problems is one, what I was saying before, we're adding sugar to everything and we're having way, way more sugar than we should have.
Yeah.
And then two, we're not eating the right things. And so our body can actually break down and process the things that we are eating.
Yeah.
But they really dove into it and they talked about how sugar is also like super addictive and that they compared it to cocaine and they took a bunch of lab rats or lab mice and they addicted them to cocaine. And then they gave them the choice and they fed them sugar at the same time. And then they gave them the choice. Do they want more cocaine or do they want sugar? And every time they made the choice, they want sugar.
Man, that sounds like a horrible experience.
So even if I guess what they're saying is even if we could have a better, maybe less processed diet, and I think this is where maybe some of the misconceptions or people start trying these fads of like raw milk is that they look at it as like natural and not as processed because we're now finding out some of this processes like adding sugar to everything, which does improve the taste, is not great.
Yeah.
But even if we could move to something like that, I wonder what the withdrawals from not eating sugar would be like. I'm going to guess it's going to be bad.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I've like stopped drinking coffee at certain points in my life. I have like 2 cups a day.
Right.
But there's like certain points where I've just quit. And then for a couple days, I can tell that I'm not having caffeine and it is not great.
Oh, yeah.